All right, so I don't know how far in they are here, guys, but it's game 2 now. Baba Rum took the first win. This is one of the many maps you'll see in qualifier, but then also eventually for the main event that I initially drew out in paint years ago to come up with the concept. Slopes, one of my favorite maps. On the sides of the slopes, you've got shorefish and you've got deer to take. You can see the mill there for Baba Rum taking advantage of that. And it looks like we're at live time. This is a very aggressive map. I'm surprised that we see the humans pick here for Brave Bear. But then again, maybe some Mr. Yo influence. Maybe he feels like he could build a TC over here. You got small wood lines to work with near your base. Romans makes a lot of sense to me. This map is usually dominated by aggressive strategies. Could be man-at-arms. Could be scouts. Roman eco is pretty solid. It's kind of hard to say, like, this is still hasn't been played in so long. I feel as though Mezzo can be quite strong on this. Scout civilizations can be quite strong on this. I think Archer civs will struggle a little bit because you need a lot more mobility. So, there have been no changes to this map since Hidden Cup 4. It is at a state where I'm really happy with it. I think balance-wise, we haven't even had to do any tweaks for fairness. It's in a good spot. This is going to be a 2 TC boom. What? I'm not sure I love this. So, guys, a lot has been made about, some people have been discussing 3 villagers, 9 villagers, etc., right? And there's something I want to kind of, that I feel is so important and so critical to the game that sometimes is lost due to how certain maps are made or due to how pro players see the game. And that is scouting. Age of Empires is a strategy game. I believe you should be making informed decisions all the time. And look at Baba Rum's scouting. Scouted this, saw there was nothing taken. Scouted this, saw there was nothing taken. Saw the wood line, saw the gold. We're going to have a lot of options for the especially the main event maps for Hidden Cup because this is a strategy game, okay? I get there could be some positives to the 9 villager start. I'm not saying the 9 villager start is bad. But one thing I can promise you, if you go back and you watch those games, there's not a lot of scouting. It's just a quick, streamlined build order. They assume what their opponent's doing. And that's not necessarily bad. That's just maybe what works well in the maps. Slopes, I like there to be options. It's not the most option-oriented map that we have, of course. But, oh, man. Okay, so here, Man-at-Arm upgrade about to be in. 2 TC boom here. Bone, wow. 2 TC boom here is wild to me. I mean, some players can make it work. Man-at-Arm pressure. Now, immediately, if you're Baba Rum, you're thinking, I got to go Castle Age. I have to have a strong follow-up here. There's going to be a range. Good quick walling here from Brave Bear. Oh, I jinxed him. He actually could lose 2 villagers to this. I can't even see the villager HP for the villager behind. And it's going to be 1 villager dead. Second villager will probably survive. This is really nice damage because you basically, like, look at this. This is idle time. This villager's wasn't working. You killed a vill. I think Brave Bear's kind of in shambles at the moment. I find the second TC wild because this map has so many areas to pressure. And usually the 2 town center boom works really well when the opponent doesn't have a lot of avenues to attack. Like here, this wood could be denied. This wood can be denied. Your gold can be denied. It feels like it's going to be really difficult to stop the follow-up from doing something. And Baba Rum knows my opponent's just booming, so he's going to come over here and he's going to take even more advantage of some of this food. So he took the shorefish, and he's taken all the deer, and he's going to have all that as well. I mean, he could even come over here and take this. That's probably too extreme. Yeah, he can farm, right? And ultimately, he's going to do that. But I think the lack of food right now is not looking good for Brave Bear. This is smart to wall here because you don't want archers and spears to come in here as well. But this eco is a disaster, man. He is on stone, so he's prepped to be able to make towers if he needs to. Again, if he does actually complete these walls, the archers and spear will not be able to link up with the man-at-arms. I think Baba Rum's played this perfectly. Res collected's 500 resources higher. And now you're pretty much thinking you've done enough damage, and you think about trying to get to Castle Age sooner rather than later. But when I think civs for this map, I think of like Magyars, Mongols, Aztecs, Incas, Mayans. Could see like Hindustanis working. You guys know I'm obsessed with Huns. I think Huns could be a little awkward due to no houses. But it's just like aggressive, mobile civilizations. The humans are very defensive. Of course, there's no army right now for Brave Bear. And he did scout that this army's coming in here. But this is like, how many resources have been sunk into? Oh my god, have been sunk into repairing this. Look at the trap attempt here. Babarum's like, no, you shall not trap. I love it, dude. I mean, he is on point. He's playing extremely clean. And, you know, obviously in Red's defense here, the strategy in and of itself doesn't allow for clean play. Not all that easily. And, okay. I know this looks good for Red right now, but at the end of the day, I don't know if this is going to end up doing too much. But that's good. You can take the berries for a bit longer, maybe have time to drop a tower. Yeah, that's actually good. Vill lead is there for Red. And Red only lost one villager. The tower should go up, which means these man-at-arms and archers will have to move away. Rewall here means that they won't be able to get through there either. This is normally where, as the scout went down there for Baba Rum, you'll see a lot of players with the humans go to the market to buy and sell their way up quickly. Because if you wait to go up naturally, it could be a bit of a problem. Thank you, Lord Rochester. Thank you, Juggler, Abysmal, Fun Sponge, Talon Cube, Frosk. Thank you guys for the subs. Also, thank you to Helisic I can't say this name, who said, "We love your mustache, you sexy animal." And then a bunch of weird characters that I don't understand. It was a little awkward, but I appreciate it anyways. Babarum actually came over here with archers and killed deer. Which, again, I consider to be very smart. But now you've got to kill the humans, man. And how are you going to kill the humans? Feels like Forward Siege Workshop would make a lot of sense. We see cav armor on the way now. And there's going to be a stable. Yeah, I mean, this is your target. There's no messing around. You know exactly what you need to try and kill. This is a best of 3. Again, I really like how Babarum took advantage of this. Would feel very natural when you finish this deer to maybe build a TC up here as well. But this is not a best of 5. Brave Bears qualifier would be finished if Brave Bear can't handle what's to come here. Nah, Babarum's not indecisive. He gave up on archers because of the amount of towers. Going for infantry would probably be awkward. He knows exactly what he needs to do here. Monastery and then probably a siege workshop at the same time. But man, humans are insane. Now I actually think this is a good strategy. This is... I mean, not what I expected, but... Red could soon click up here. And, you know, like, could always back up with these villagers if pressure's coming in. I really was expecting the siege workshop a lot earlier. He did drop the TC here. So that's the thing, is like, you need to pressure... But you also feel the need to add your own second town center. And now another stable. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. T90, did you wife your girlfriend? Stay away, bro. Why are you asking? The way you're asking that makes me think you're going to try and swipe her from me. No. She loves me, and there's plenty of reasons for her not, but we're not going to let you guys tell her, all right? She's my fiance, so I have not wifed her, but we're, you know, in between the non-wifing and wifing process. Okay, stables coming up, lots of defensive towers, and now pikemen even for Babarum. Well, he probably expects that his opponent's going to go for step lancers or camels because he sees the stables. And option 1 is pressure massively against the humans. Option 2 is catch up in the boom. Already snagged a relic, has lots of vision through the middle. Eco's looking pretty tasty. You've got farming eco expanding here, a TC to protect this area. Still applying pressure, almost through actually. And even though the KD is just 2-1 right now for red, red's still waiting, and red, it feels like it's taken red so long to be able to get anything. And man, are these archers helpful right now. When this house finishes, it is going to be heavily on fire. Okay. I mean, you gotta give red credit for this. This is insane. Still holding. I was expecting some of these vills to be pulled back. You don't want to... Oh, God. Yeah, okay. Tries to pull back that one. I wonder if red's just going to drop a castle here. Super hard to get these right. Camels in queue immediately from the 3 stables. I think if with 6 camels, you're fine. With 3, it still could be a pretty good fight for Baba Rum. And Baba Rum now is only 6 or 7 villagers behind. Impressive, dude. I also think Baba Rum's a very strategic player. He's not like an Arabia nerd, like a lot of other high-level players are. I think he can do really well in this qualifier. I can't wait to look at the bracket after this. I think this has killed a couple vills, and now you forced reaction from your opponent. Great job from Brave Bear. Brave Bear is going to drop this castle. This castle will protect the front. It'll give you access to some additional gold. And I think Kipchek can be a really good unit here, too. Anyone else just freaking obsessed with this map? Because I am. This has been a really fun game. Humans, as frustrating as they can be to play with or against, the humans, like, they're so interesting strategically because they're so different from other civs. And when a game is even and humans are included, it just feels so fun at this stage of the game, like right now. Archers and man-at-arms kind of trade away. That's a beautiful save from Brave Bear. It saves the weak units. Does get the clear up. We see a defensive siege workshop now for Baba Rum, who might be worried about the Kipchek. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say start to move these relics back. I think it's always tricky to do that. I would like to see a TC up here. I think, like, that or a castle in the middle. What I find is complicated on this map. Keep in mind, I've probably played like 30 games on this. I did quite a bit of testing when we initially came up with the map. And then recently, I played a lot on these maps to make sure they're still fresh. I find it such an interesting balance to get right. It's like, on one hand, as Brave Bear runs away from the monks, you need the sides for the wood and like the easier farming and whatnot. But on the other hand, there's still so much gold and stone through the middle. Now, there's a stone side, and then there's a gold side for both. And look, Baba Rum's keeping an eye on this. So he knows that Brave Bear's not here. And he's going to add a couple scorpions in the mix, which are really good with Romans here. We had some crazy games in previous Hidden Cups. I think it was introduced Hidden Cup 4, right? I don't think it was in Hidden Cup 3. And my goal for this Hidden Cup, guys, is to introduce 2 new maps that have never been seen before as well. And we're working on everything all the time, so... The main event will also have maps that are not in the qualifier. So just 7 maps in the qualifier. Main event will probably have 13. Well, I'm a little uncertain on what the commitment is here for Brave Bear. Bill counts even. Feels like Kipchek upgrades need to come in, and there's Bodcanero. Will we see a forward castle from Baba Rum? We see villagers. The Scorpions are actually going to be insane against Kipcheks, because Kipcheks are really low HP. I don't think we'll see heavy Scorpion, but I think a couple Scorpions for now could be really helpful. Baba Rum still keeping an eye on this side, which is really smart, is going to drop a castle here. Has vision everywhere. Quickly walls this off. This player is so good. He is so good. That's amazing awareness. Look at how much vision he has. Look at him building up on this side for vision. I also love this castle position as well. This guy is seriously talented. There's the Scorpions. And so now we're going to see a few more knights come out. Uh-oh. I jinxed him. Monks out of position. Monks didn't get any conversions here. Scorpions, though, that's a lot of Scorpions. I think this ends up being... Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Castle needs to go up. Castle needs to go up. Castle's going to go up. It's not pretty to lose that many Scorpions and lose your monks, but at the end of the day, I consider that trade really nice for Baba Rum. Still killed a lot of knights and camels. All right, but I mean, mobility's still an issue, right? Runner Rain, I think kip checks are in a really good spot balance-wise. They're very situational. I think some people think they're amazing. Some people think they suck. Depending on the individual. I think they're in a good spot. I think giving humans Bracer would be a mistake. It adds a lot to their identity. Humans are already so good even without the kip check, so... Like, this is where Baba Rum will struggle. Because now he's got to play this chasing game against the Knights and kip checks. And that's not good, because you're going to lose random Scorpions. Kip checks also do a pretty decent job against Siege. So it's kind of hard to keep yourself fully protected here. Now, he is going to add house walls, so he is protected here. Feel like this would be a target for a castle drop from Red. Notice how central focused Red has been. Hasn't thought about the sides at all, and then Baba Rum's expanding. And Baba Rum's still thinking about Imp. Crazy, crazy, crazy. T90, why aren't qualifiers have hidden names? Because you need to know what the players play like to enjoy the main event. And also, there's 96 people in the qualifier. That would be insane. You guys now can see humans on this, and if Brave Bear qualifies in the main event, Bob, the hero, I'm not going to spoil the hero names yet, is going humans, and you're like, ooh, that could be Brave Bear, because we saw Brave Bear do that in the qualifier. Don't worry, there's not going to be a hero named Bob. Sorry to any Bobs. I mean, this needs to be addressed. Oh, the units are through. This is going to be so annoying for Baba Rum. These units are so slow. And, like, the pikes will get picked off by the kip checks. Oh, this is so annoying. I think Brave Bear's in a better position, guys. Like, Baba Rum's going to try and fix the mobility issue by going for Cavalier, I think, because we're seeing Knights in queue. This army's super solid. I think having access to this gold right now for Baba Rum is super nice. He's going to be an imp faster. He's actually making Centurions. Centurions are pretty expensive, though. And it's a frustrating game right now for Baba Rum because of all the mobility. Yeah, I will reveal the hero names soon. I can talk a little bit more about that once this game finishes. But I'm loving this series so far. For that reason, I'm hoping we get the third game, but Baba Rum has played so well. He could still win this one. He still has the eco lead. I think it's arguable whether or not he has the better late game Civ, though. I'm dropping a university here, maybe for Masonry, because he knows this will be a Trebor. It's 2 castles here for Brave Bear, and Brave Bear has a lot on stone, so can repair. So I think has the edge to win the Trebor. And I'm not seeing a unit out there that really counters the kip check right now. The Romans do not have good skirmishers, and the Scorpions, for as good as they can be, are still very slow. I think human late game is fantastic. I know their tech tree's not the best, but the faster kip checks are really cheap and good against trash in late game. Good against, like, Halb, infantry. Oh, Centurion gets converted there. I also think the faster producing Hussars out of their stables is really strong. A Cavalier upgrade on the way right now for Baba Rum. Obviously, Treb number 1 we expected already out, and Treb number 2 is on the way. So Baba Rum does have the tools to snipe Trebs with Cav. But are the numbers there? Do you want to run through these castles like this? Probably not. We're going to have another castle here for Brave Bear, more to the side. Baba Rum notices that because he's a god. Here. Units trying to break through, but the kip check's still here tracking. Repairs now in the middle for Brave Bear. 150 pop for both. Feels very similar to the previous game, guys, where it's so close between these two. Not the best use of the kip checks. They're not hitting and running. He's probably thinking that this would be okay, but these are still Castle Age kip checks. Oh, man, this is such a great find for Baba Rum. The Centurions actually have crazy stats for a non-elite unit here. 130 HP, 13 attack. What a beautiful fight there for Baba Rum. And that is the problem with the kip checks. You look away from them for a second, and you can have problems. But he was microing here. He was microing here. He's paying attention to this. And that fight might be enough for Baba Rum to be able to now snowball against the Trebs here. He's got a couple Scorpions here stacked. Still expanding his food eco. Guys, Romans don't get Hussar, right? They just get Light Cav. He still only has 8 Cavalier. His opponent's going to have Halb. But like on an open field with no castles, Cavalier Scorpion can be good against Halb Kipchek. With the castles, I don't know. It's just like there's so much pressure right now for Baba Rum to dive. But there's a lot of reason not to. What a game. I mean, this is so close right now. I think it can go either way. Let's see how this engagement goes. Is it worth it to lose all these Cavalier for 1 trap? No. For 2? Probably. The stone count's still so important right now. Oh my goodness. More Halb upgrades on the way. More Scorpions. Still patrolling behind. More Cavalier on the way. That food could be spent. We could just see more Cav here for Baba Rum. This would be huge for him. Really, he's lacking some stables right now. He's only producing out of 2 stables. And they're right here. To be fair, though, he doesn't really have the wood right now. Heavy Scorpion! Oh, boy. You don't see that one every day. But he's Roman, so he probably feels like it plays towards his strengths. I don't know. Upgrading Heavy Scorpion for 5 Scorpions doesn't feel the best, though. Great job again from Brave Bear to hold and to make it work with the humans. I thought he was, like, giving up by picking humans. I thought, this guy has no chance. What is he doing? And this is what he's doing. He takes out the castle from Baba Rum. His Trebs now likely to take out the Trebs from Baba Rum. The Kipchek, there's 21 of them. They didn't have chemistry in that fight on the side before. They do now. A random Centurion was killing villagers there. That just died. Maybe you use... If you're red, maybe it's actually better to use the Trebs against the Scorpions more than anything. Ridiculous game. 4 relics for Baba. 2 of them are here, though. And the rest are right behind this. Like, it feels like whoever... This middle area decides this game, while the sides will still be important. And every time Baba Rum goes in, he sees this and figures, I cannot take the fight. But if the Halbs go in... If the Halbs go in, this should be good for the Scorpions. This is the best fight you're going to get, maybe, if you're Baba Rum. Oh, man. Oh, man. A lot of the Cavaliers still getting hit. There's still a lot of Halbs. There's not many Scorpions. Oh, no! 180 pop for both. Halb Kipchek against Scorpion Cavalier. What a game. And the Treb's still firing here for Brave Bear. But now the Halbs are dead. And the Trebs are exposed here for Brave Bear. Baba Rum's going to split up his Cav. He did lose his Treb. He's going to take 1. He's going to take 2. He's going to take 3. So he's going to lose 1, take 3. But he's lost a lot of units here. And I think the underrated thing about the Kipchek that no one really talks about is they're really cheap for what they are. Also, the elite upgrade does not cost gold, so we could eventually see that. Cavalier Scorpion, all gold units here for Baba Rum. And, you know, he just can't push this castle now, right? He's got to try and avoid it. Guys, he's doing that. He's doing that. He knows how important the sides are. He's going directly to this gold. He's going to kill all those villagers while still holding the middle. I think what you would want with the humans is you would want to have Light Cav of your own right now to raid, but also to snipe the Scorps. That's going to take time. What a find from Baba Rum. Huge. That's like the presence of mind to do that while everything else is happening is what separates players. And, well, more Cavalier on the way. He certainly has the gold income, doesn't he? A couple Kipcheks here to raid. Guys, the unique tech for the Romans. Is it the Comatenses one? The C one? Is that the one that adds a charge attack to the Cavalier? Sorry, Romans are still a bit new. You don't see it all the time. Also do have, you know, upgrades that affect the Scorpions too. I think the Ballistas upgrade. Okay, so that tech needs to come in my opinion, from Baba Rum. That charge attack is no joke. It is pretty expensive, though, to research that. I'm hoping to have Capture Age updated to have the unique text on screen soon, by the way. I spoke to them about that recently. We're going to see some infantry upgrades for Baba. Makes sense to have some Halb in there, maybe. Yep, there's the Halb upgrade, and he's here protecting his trap here with the Scorpions and the Halbs. Crazy game. Crazy, crazy game. You know, Brave Bear, I think he hasn't really been able to find raids with the proper units. He's had to raid with Kipcheks. I think Kipcheks and Halb need to be your main comp. And then ideally you have Light Cav doing the raids here. But that's a nice find. I mean, killing a couple Scorpions is okay. Yeah, that's more than a couple. Killed 5 or 6 Scorpions. Still, though, has Trebs on this castle. Still needs more. Did also fall back to this castle. Castle, not enough to defend those Kipcheks, though, and the Cavalier are going to run through yet again. Keep in mind, like, here we still got Kipcheks. You can't be splitting up Kipcheks. You have to go for that big ball. And now maybe out of desperation, realizing Kipchek is not it, Red's going to go for the Cavalier upgrade. This is a good sign for Babarum, who is macroed so nicely. Like, he went 3 TC boom after the perfect amount of pressure against the humans, I feel. And, like, his upgrades, guys, like, his blacksmith upgrades are all in super early. His unit upgrades, his positioning, so good. And I felt, on paper, with what these guys have accomplished, this is the toughest, this is, like, the closest matchup for the first round. And both games have delivered. Game 1 could have gone either way. This game could have gone either way, but right now I'm preferring Babarum's position. Let's see how the Scorpions end up faring here. There's not actually that many Halbs for Baba in front, and the Cavalier might be able to get close. And if they do, and the Scorpions are out of position, and the Scorpions go down, this could be a full clear-up. I think this is going to be a full clear-up. Also, there's a raid here from Brave Bear at the same time. No way, man. Castle will fall, most likely, here for Brave Bear, but the Cavalier choice was huge. Look at all these Trebs that are exposed right now. I mean, if he can kill these... Oh, man, it's still so dicey. The Scorpion's still getting some good hits behind. The Halb upgrade still really helping. The extra armor the Romans get still really helping. But yeah, say goodbye to your Trebs. Wow. Did react to the raids over here, but still lost a lot. Now we've got raids here. That's been found. Raid here also killed a lot. So the left, the right, the middle, everything matters here on slopes. And God, I love this map. You have no idea. Like, I remember the days staying up till 3 a.m., testing all the different versions we had of this. And I'm just like, yeah, they're going to have reasons for the middle. They're going to have reasons for the side. From Dark Age through Imp. You know, I had this vision. And then to see it, and then have it be, you know, for an event, Hidden Cup 5 now, it's just so exciting. What a game, man. This map is so sick, so difficult to play. At this point, though, they're actually at a point where most of the golden come is going to be through the middle, I believe. This gold is gone. There's no additional gold for Babarum then beyond... I think he just finished it. So he needs this gold. And he needs to get these relics again. Has 2. He's going to take these back home. And Cavalier here killed 11 villagers so far. And these Cavalier have killed quite a few as well. And I think Babarum is going to be in a pretty good spot with the long-term golden come with the relics and the available gold here, which he's taking immediately. He's got lots of stone. And he's going to drop a castle to protect some of this as well. And Brave Bear is completely running out of steam. He's raiding with Halbs, though. That will probably go down to the TC. And Heavy Scorpion, researched in a pro game, when mobility typically matters so much, Babarum has used the middle perfectly with the Scorpions. I actually think without Scorpions, he would have lost this game. In Castle Age and in Imp, Scorpions were actually the big separator here. Obviously, he did lose some from time to time, but hello, Teleport. Thank you, DE. The Hidden Cup 5, sponsored by Teleportation Bug. I'm excited about it. Hopefully that's fixed by the main event. Handcart wasn't even in this whole time, actually for either player, but with Babarum's eco, Handcart's really going to ramp up the amount of resources he has coming in. And Brave Bear is at 120 pop, about to lose. This castle in the middle. And there's just pointy boys everywhere. There's Light Cav, there's Cav. I think this is the end. And Babarum will advance here in Hidden Cup 5 qualifier. What a player. I'm going to immediately pull up the bracket, and whoever he will potentially face needs to be very afraid. I think he is a complete player. He's really good. Could easily see him getting to the 3rd round, and if he has a really good run, maybe the 4th. Brave Bear is out. A great player. Tried the Cumins. He made it work more than I thought he could. I thought Cumins was just a losing strategy, but I could see now why people pick it. Baba Rum didn't go all in against it, and I can see why. He was happy to take it to late game. What a beautiful performance from him here. Expanding the eco on both sides, also keeping proper pressure in the middle. In his raids, his techs, his play was just fantastic. That is now the 3rd player from France to advance to the 2nd round in Hidden Cup qualifier. I think there's probably more. I think like some other names haven't played yet from France. France has a lot of talent. But Babaram is very different from all the other French players. He's not very Arabia-like. He's not like a lot of 1TC Archer play. He's more of a boom style player. A little bit slower, but also a bit strategic. He's really solid. And again, you can see the resources collected there. 83,000 resources collected from him as he'll move into the next round. So let's look at his bracket, shall we? It is not going to be easy, but we're hyping him up for good reason. Let's see. Guys, this will obviously have spoilers for other sets that have happened. There's supposed to be like 30 or 40 sets even within the next, like from yesterday to 2 days from now, there's supposed to be like tons of sets. There's no way I'm going to cover everyone. Let's see exactly where he is. Okay. I thought he was in this. Is he in this group? That's Sato. Here he is. Okay. So, well, I mean, he wins there, and he's most likely going to be up against Nikov. That's not going to be easy. He beats Nikov. The sky is the limit, though, because Nikov is the favorite, I think, in this entire group. Other big names in this group would be Sebastian, who won earlier today, freaking Andy. And then there's also some chances for players like FedEx, Bad Koala, maybe like Kingston, maybe Say My Name. We'll see exactly how that plays out. But that's what Babaram has in store. Well played to him, though. Great result. We should have more action happening, so I'm going to try and move on to that.